about set for football now from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Today, a good battle in the NFC. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With my partner, Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico. We are just about set to kick it off. Off we go from Raymond James Stadium. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback, but here we are. Early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the first down.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Going to stop this here for injury. One of the Buccaneers is down. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in, and they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's third down.
Now they'll set up to throw. That one on target to Davis. He's got it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
27 yards.
Version on third down. It was a gain of 27.
A gain of 27 on the play. And an Eagle first down.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So when we went to their practice earlier in the week, Mike, we saw that they spent a lot of time with these RPO looks, and it looked a lot better there, but they're going to come back to it. They have a lot of faith in that element of their offense.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That is pulled in at the 5. And he's going to be brought down. It's a gain of 29, and it's first and goal.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is first and goal. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
brings up second and goal at the 6-yard line.
From a little further back, here's second and goal. They'll run. It's Davis. A dive, and he's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
An extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good. And the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead.
Buccaneers, nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Xavier Hutchinson. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. They're led out by the rookie quarterback, the young man from the University of Michigan.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had.
They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Off the play fake, here's Brady. He'll step up and run this.
That play had sack written all over it, so that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he doesn't gain a whole lot, he's able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start.
From the 38 now, here's second and 6. To the air is Brady. Catch made by Thielen. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
3rd and 2.
Brady to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punt it away. Taken at the 19. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Eagles offense going to take over now for the second time. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. Begin with a zone read. he will not be able to turn upfield. He'll drop him behind the line.
22-yard line.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. They get 22 yards there. First down, Philadelphia.
22 yards. First down, Eagles.
The job of the offensive lineman is the key piece to a successful screenplay. They have to balance this fine line between stopping the defensive lineman from getting to the quarterback too quick, but also let that defensive lineman think he's got a free rush at the quarterback. That's the balance and the timing that made this play so successful, and they're able to pick up the first down.
And he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
Well, the best screenplays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Blitz coming, he'll throw it, and that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down.
Automatic first down.
In motion, the tight end Uzama. We'll try the zone read on 1st and 10. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Touchdown, Eagles.
Well, on one sideline, you're ecstatic. You couldn't have dreamed up a better start. 2 drives, 2 long touchdowns. But then across the field, they've got to answer some hard questions. They've got to figure out exactly what they're doing wrong defensively, because if there's one thing in the NFL, you cannot give up big plays, and you especially can't give up big plays for touchdowns.
Now the try here for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Eagles move out on top, 14-0.
Buccaneers, nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Xavier Hutchinson. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They're in an early hole, 14-0. Gotta start digging out soon. They'll begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll mark them down just shy of the 40. Give them 14 on that play. 1 first down.
First down.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
They'll motion a tight end right. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 2 plays, 2 nice pickups to start the drive. This one a gain of 18.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
2nd and 10. To throw is Brady. To the right side and corralled by Thielen. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 11 yards on the connection there. Good for a Buccaneers first down. They'll motion over Thielen. Brady set to throw. A pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
It's clear whatever they were trying to set up was not going to work. He went through his entire progression, had nobody to throw the ball to, and just kind of surrenders the play and throws it away.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Brady looking to throw. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. 14 yards on that pass play there. It's a first down for Tampa Bay.
At the 18-yard line.
So we heard about this budding connection all the way back in training camp in the summer. So it's nice to see those reps starting to translate on game day. And I think these two might have a really bright future together. And the more plays they make, the more we're going to see that confidence grow.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 14-yard line.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Now Brady. That one too far out in front to be brought in, and it's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Been a good drive, but they need to convert here on 3rd and 5. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete.
All right, so in these 3rd and short, 3rd and mediums, we're kind of seeing teams around the league, Mike, kind of start shifting to more of a run-down philosophy where they say, okay, even if we don't pick it up, we still have 4th down. So many teams around the league are playing with that philosophy. In this case, they keep it in the air, falls incomplete, just brings up a challenging 4th down decision. And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 4. The jet sweep heading right. And that one shut down right away. Good pressure on the backside. The defense stops him for no gain.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's these receivers to cut and get vertical. When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Buccaneers offense ready to get back at it. Good run there. It'll get him 5 yards.
Down at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 35. Here comes a 2nd and 5. So after 1, it's the Eagles with the early advantage. We'll have more from Tampa after this. On to the 2nd, Buccaneers in possession of the football. From the 35, here's 2nd down and 5. As we are ready to get back underway. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
7-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Let's get out of here with the win, bro. Let's play here.
Here's Brady. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. It sets up 4th down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to take over possession of the football. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. A run with Davis. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 6. He'll drop to throw. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
First down.
They get 14 on that hookup. Good for an Eagles first down.
Having the ability to move your running back to the widest receiver, they call those the number one receiver, meaning he's the closest to the sideline. It really forces a defense to show their hand. Do we keep a corner out there, and I know it's zone, or do I move a linebacker or safety out there, and now you tell the offense that it's man coverage? So the versatility and the chess piece that is the running back position, it could do so much to help not only the play caller, but also the quarterback. I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. That's going to be incomplete. Good work. Had the defender bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike, and that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Here's the Tampa Bay offense over once more. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brady. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
A bit of a risky throw there, Mike. You don't love to see a quarterback force the ball, especially into a crowded area. In the end, I think he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
10 at the 41-yard line.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run with it or not. And when he throws it, catch it.
Nice job pushing through the would-be tackler. Gain of about 3. 2nd down. Following the play, we have an Eagle who is shaken up. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike, and it's as simple as if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target, no catch, and now 4th down.
It just seems like the offense gets in their own way, and whether it's a penalty or a drop or Whatever the case may be, it's these self-inflicted wounds. They've got to stop if this unit ever wants to reach their full potential.
We'll take this in back to the 16. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense. And their running back set to go once more. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Here's a zone read to start the drive. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 16 yards on the game. And a quick 1st down.
So, Mike, at the core of a successful zone read play is that the quarterback understands which defender is he responsible for. That is the defender they're trying to put in a bind. In this case, he chooses the runner, the quarterback pulls the ball, and he's able to take off for a big gain.
And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
Philadelphia.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here. So there's a sense of urgency with these RPOs, especially in the NFL game, because your linemen, they're thinking it's a run, so you can't allow them to get downfield. So that's where this quick decision-making from the quarterback is so critical, and the timing of this one just wasn't quite right and falls incomplete.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. This one will be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
Yeah, so you can see the screenplay, the timing was just out of whack from the jump. So the key is, Mike, the running back has to stay in phase with his offensive line. If one of them gets out too fast or too slow, the back and the blocking don't marry up, and you see that's why he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
And an Eagles 1st down. 1st down and 10 yards to go.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan, because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons. He can spread the ball out and find the open space.
He'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
In motion, the tight end Uzama. On the ground once more, it's Davis. And he keeps the legs moving, able to get it down inside the 5.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
They'll throw here on 3rd, under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
You can tell what the decision is about how they want to approach 4th down by what they call on 3rd down. If that was a run play, then you can bet they were going to go for it on 4th. But because it was a pass, and then they take a sack, I think this coach on 4th down is leaning towards settling for 3. Nick Sirianni now going to send out the field goal unit. This
about as short as you can get. Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And the Eagles going to open up a 17-3 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The BUCS offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. First play of the drive. Here's Brady. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
To number 28. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. This ball batted away. That's incomplete.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
On 3rd down, it's Brady. This one down the field, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And it was really the lack of production on 1st and 2nd down that put them in this hole to begin with, Mike. So I think going forward, more execution on early downs, more efficiency. Don't wait till 3rd down to convert for a new set of downs. Be aggressive on those 1st and 2nds and take the fight to the defense.
Now the return. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Eagles offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in the first half that has really given them fits. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 17 yards that time for number 17.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Eagles.
I love this call, Mike. Defense is thinking run here. It's 2nd and short, so they go with play action. Leads to an easy 1st down. Really well done.
On the ground, this is Barkley. Good running inside the 25. And he's in! Touchdown, Philadelphia. So they take it the distance, the running back carrying it. Greg, looks like a little EA college football type play, but we see more and more of it in the NFL every day.
Absolutely, Mike. And the key to the play is the threat of the quarterback pulling it and keeping it himself. You see the defender on the end of the line. That's his read. He gets caught flat-footed. Next thing you know, the running back has it through the crease, and he's gone.
The
Point
kicker
after,
on for
coming up
point
here.
after.
He's got it. And the Eagles extend to a 24-3 lead.
Buccaneers 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bucs offense about ready to take over once more. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Moving the tight end right. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up second and long.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
To the air is Brady. This is intercepted. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party. A pick 6 for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick 6.
The kicker
Extra point attempt to come here. He knocks it through. And the Eagles add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead.
Buccaneers 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Buccaneers offense ready to take over once again. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Right back to the air following that pick 6. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down. Brady to throw. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
That's good.
They gain 18 yards on that one. Good for a Buccaneers first down. Back to throw. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup.
It is second and 6.
At the 50-yard line.
They'll motion over Thielen. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
Brings up third
and that's a really
7.
heads-up play by the defender, Mike. Once he diagnosed the screen, he immediately puts himself in position to make the play. This offense just winds up going backwards.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's fourth down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That's going to hit and continue out of bounds just inside the 20-yard line.
18-yard line.
The Eagles offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Terrible, awful, seriously, just disgraceful.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome, so it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
Throwing now on first and 10. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
That's another.
It's a pickup of 12. First down, Philadelphia.
Everyone always assumes that you only want to run drag routes or crossing routes just underneath like mesh concepts against man coverage, but so often they're equally as effective against the zone. All it takes is one of those underneath man defenders to latch on to the wrong route, and all of a sudden there is a lot of room, not only for the completion, but for yards after the catch.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. I bet you it was two different, very different, in fact, halftime speeches from the head coaches as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
23-yard line.
The Buccaneers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The third quarter begins with a run. He did a nice job there, sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8.
32-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
From the 32-yard line now, here's second down and a yard. They'll stick with him again. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. A pickup of 14 on that one. It's a first down for Tampa Bay.
And a first
Second and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
11 more yards.
That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Brady looking to throw. And that ball incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
The middle of the field, he's got Evans. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A gain there of 15. Good for a Buccaneers first down. To throw is Brady. He'll get this into the hands of Thielen. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up second and 1 at the Eagles' 19-yard line.
A good spot here, second and a yard. Brady set to throw. This one batted away. It's incomplete.
It's one of those things that rookie quarterbacks just really struggle with early on in the NFL. If you just stare down your primary read, you're going to get yourself into a lot of trouble. So continue to work through your progressions, take what's there, find the open receiver, and with more reps, this is something that you have to imagine he's going to really improve at.
And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bucs are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Gainwell to return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Eagles offense ready for their first possession of this second half. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. A run up the middle with Barkley. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
I think a little bit of what's happened here, Mike, is this offense is having some trouble matching the level of physicality of the defense. So physically, they're getting beat at the point of attack, and I think these last two plays are a great example why.
On third down, they'll throw from the gun. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
This is Tone 30. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Buccaneers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. First and 10 now from the 36. Now Brady. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Brady. It's complete to Evans. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. 15 yards through the air. It's a first down for Tampa Bay.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
Here's Brady. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete, but as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
Man in motion is Brown. Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion. Yeah, in this game, Mike, it's just gotten away from them here in the third quarter. They're pretty much forced every possession. They're going to have to go for it and really press the issue, and I'm not even sure if that's going to be enough to get them back into this one.
Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. He'll start this drive by keeping it himself. The defense not biting. They stay at home and they tackle him for no gain.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Third, they need 8. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
And on 3rd down, what they're trying to do, Mike, is just get the ball out of his hands quickly and into the hands of one of his playmakers, but he just doesn't focus through the catch. Lapse of concentration, ends up in a drop, and falls incomplete.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for on that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive is Brady. To the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 40-yard line. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
Mike, I can't tell you how many corner routes I caught throughout my career, and there's really an art to it. At the top of the break, you have to give the quarterback what they call an indicator step. That's your cut where you set your angle, and then once that ball's out, go chase it down, and in this case, he's able to pick up the 1st down.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now they'll set up to throw. There's Evans. He's got it. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 21 on that connection. Good for a Buccaneers 1st down. They'll motion over Thielen. He'll drop the throw. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
What is this? Why can't we score?
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To the air is Brady. He'll go right and find his running back. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. That'll be a gain of 20, much of it coming after the catch as they pick up the 1st down.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Short throw there, pulled in by Evans.
Complete to Anthony Bucks. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 7. Brady to throw. Looking middle, and he's got ground. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Can they keep this drive rolling? Here is 3rd and inches. It's the quarterback with the sneak, and he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. They'll motion over Thielen. To the air now on 1st and 10. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 8-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. Man in motion, heading left. Back to throw. That one, taken in. Touchdown, Tampa.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He's got it. And the Bucs are able to cut into the deficit.
31. Buccaneers 13.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the 3rd quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 31. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Motion the slot man left. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll get that out to Barkley. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Third and 2. Here we go. We see a lot of this as they begin the 4th quarter on the ground. And the drive will stale up. He's got the first down up to the 44.
A gain of 9 yards.
And this is just a defeated defense at this point in the game, Mike. It's been like this all day long. They just have not been able to get the stops when they've needed them. Here's another chance on third down, and they just can't make a play.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. Oh, a loose football. And the Buccaneers come away with the turnover.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
First play of the drive, here's Brady. Over the middle, that's Godwin. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. He'll look to throw. Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
1st and 10.
It is a big play for the Buccaneers. 32 yards.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there.
To the pylon, he's in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
We used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The
now,
kicker
for the
on
point
for the
after.
extra point.
It's up and through. And the Buccaneers are able to edge a bit closer.
Buccaneers 20.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Gainwell to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready for this next possession. On the read, he's going to try and run with it. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. From out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Once again, it's Barkley. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now this time they'll look to throw. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's caught! And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Eagles! That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
20.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. They'll motion over Thielen. Brady set to throw. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To throw is Brady. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Brady looking to throw, and this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
They'll try and run for it. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it on down.
Turnover on downs.
The Eagles offense ready to get back to work. They start with the lead and the football, and they do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Catch made there. That's Smith. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's
a
2nd
gain of
down.
9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 16-yard line.
Now Barkley. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. 1st down.
Eagles, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll look to throw. This one caught at the 4. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 4-yard line.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Running from the pistol with Barkley. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
Back at the 7-yard line.
You can see the running back. He's waiting patiently for that cutback lane to open, and it just never did. Great job by the defense continuing to string that play out sideways, and they're able to take him down for a loss.
They'll empty out the backfield, line up for 3rd and 3. He'll try to run for it. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up 1st and goal.
No handoff. He'll keep it himself. He will do it himself. He's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Extra point try forthcoming. His kick is good. And the Eagles tack on one more to their lead.
45. Buccaneers 20.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The BUCS offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. Here's Brady. A very quick throw there, but same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Now Brady. He keeps it himself. And he'll avoid the contact, sliding down, pick up a 6, and it'll be third down.
Makes it third
And this is one of the
4.
cases, Mike, where defenders, they get their eyes in the wrong spot. They call it eye discipline. He catches them looking elsewhere. It allows him to get upfield and make this third down a lot more manageable.
On third down, it's Brady. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
First and
That
10
one
at the
good for
49-yard
15
line.
and a first down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
To throw, it's Brady. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and a yard. Now they'll set up to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Intended for number 80.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
It's going to be third. They need 1. They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
No gain on a quarterback sneak? That's pretty surprising, Mike, anytime we see that happen. There just aren't many plays in the NFL that we consider to be automatic. The quarterback sneak is normally pretty close.
Only need a yard, and it's fourth down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on fourth and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. Well, the goal here is to run some time off the clock. The game is well in hand as they get back on offense for first and 10. Barkley to start the drive. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Have to imagine at some point here, Mike, the defensive coordinator looks to change things up. This running back has had his way with them all day long. Get a few more guys in the box. But then you know what that does. It opens you up down the field to that passing game.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for an Eagles first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard
And this is
line.
what happens when your offensive line and your back are in sync and on the same page. Great job by the O-line distorting the defense at the point of attack, and then the running back understanding where that hole is, hitting it full speed, brings up.
And he's in! Touchdown, Eagles! 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
The kicking team off for the extra point. to stretch things out even further.
Eagles 52. Buccaneers 20.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
23-yard line.
The Buccaneers offense headed back to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive is Brady. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 30-yard line.
2nd down, they need 3. They'll motion over Thielen. To the air is Brady. Rush comes, they're setting up the screen. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a 1st down.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Back to the air one more time. They'll try to hit him with a screen. He is belted in the backfield. What a shot he took. It's going to be a loss of yardage. What a play.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
There's certain guys, Mike, that have earned the right to make those tight window throws, and that doesn't mean that he's not going to get himself into trouble from time to time, but we've seen throughout his career his ability to make throws that other guys are either uncomfortable or unable to make is a big reason why he's kind of in a class all of his own.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. And they made it look easy. Their offense playing at about as high a level as they can play. Defense wasn't too shabby either. And they're able to get the victory here by a rout in grand style. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.